in some of the scholars' writings, we read about peasant revolt. They use these terms. Then migrations of peasants. I mean, such terms are used. So, could you please?
Yes. In fact, the cases of peasant revolt have been highlighted by the pro-feudalistic authors also, and in this matter, the Koiborto revolt, which took place in North Bengal during the reign of the Palo ruler Ramo Palo in 10th 11th century. They highlight this and they say that this is a peasant revolt, but it may be pointed out that the Koibortos were not at all peasant in this period. They were a community of fishermen, so the Koiborto revolt cannot be regarded as a peasant revolt. It is only at a later period in 12th 13th century that the Brahmo Koiborto Purano confused the origin of the Koibortos with those of the Mahishos, who were a cultivating community of Bengal. So there is a confusion which the author of the Brahmo Koiborto Purano committed. Thus, the Koiborto revolt cannot be, I think that it cannot be regarded as a peasant revolt, because Koibortos were not at all peasant in that period.
You know, Niharanjan Rai actually pointed out about these things, that Koibortos, we cannot take them to be the peasants in the fine. They were mainly fishermen, perhaps in that period of time.
What about these references that we often get in books and writings that, you know, the peasants were oppressed and so there were migrations? I mean, if you could comment on that.
Actually, I think this what we need to underline the fact is that we cannot have a pan-Indian scenario in case of land grants and whatever.
And early medieval period, we know it's the regional features which are dominating all aspects of life.
For example, in the case, I can tell you the case of the Gaharwalas. Here you don't have a single piece of land being donated. Large scale villages were being donated, and every year lots of donations, so which does not go with other regions.
With the
overall picture of land grants.
Yes, the Palos and some other rulers granted a specific privilege which is called Doshaporadho, which suggests that the fines realizable for the 10 specific offences are to be taken by the doni. So some scholars, the feudalistic scholars, think that this referred to the transfer of administrative right, and the doni was given the right to punish the offender. But there is some other opinion. DC Sarkar thinks that this does not entitle the doni to punish the offender. In such cases, only the income from that fine was transferred to the doni. So this is not a case of transfer of judicial rights.
Okay, I think DC Sarkar was talking about the Koro Shasanas of Orissa, where he said that if the king wants, then he can actually take away the land given to. So that actually nullifies the point given by them, Arishram and others, that the king lost all his rights as soon as he donates the land, and he's left with nothing. So this is a kind.
Which is the region from where you are getting the maximum, you know, quantity of land grants on which you can have such? I mean, I'm talking from the point of view of evidence. Which is the region you feel from where you're getting the maximum amount of evidence vis-a-vis land grants, from where you can talk about landed intermediaries or feudatories and peasants and things like that?
Actually, this vary from region to region. There are number of land grants in different regions, and
Bengal has profusing, then South India, particularly Tamil Nadu.
South,
they have a very huge amount of.
I'm saying in North and Central India, Bengal is definitely
very important. Then of course,
and Central India being a forest region, the impact was always different.
And you know, in Bengal also you have a different kind of scenario. If you go to the western